Hi everyone, this is Hiza Macy, and now we are going to discuss another new topic, which is called student self-assessment. So I know that all of you are familiar with student self-assessment, and it is really self-explanatory from the title itself, student self-assessment. So before we dig in into our topic, let me introduce to you student self-assessment. So student self-assessment is very important in every students because they will be able to recognize their strengths and weaknesses in a certain learning area. So for example, in me as a PE student, major PE student, I have recognized already my strengths and weaknesses. So I think I am good on talking and and more on oral recitation, but I'm not that good in writing. So that is the importance of students self-assessment. It is also a feedback that gives to the student so that they would be able to know on how they could improve themselves. So now let's go to the topic. So what is student self-assessment? So student self-assessment is a process in which the students monitor and evaluate their learning and performance. So this includes monitoring. So what do you think is the role of monitoring? So monitoring is an awareness of thinking and learning strategies. And evaluation also plays an important role because it involves making a judgment about work quality and progress toward targeted performance. Then self-assessment engages students deeply in self-observation. So they making judgments about their work, identifying discrepancies between current and desired performances. So self-assessment is an excellent strategy talaga for teachers for also for the during the formative assessment. So students will be able give themselves an immediate feedback and make judgments to how and what they are learning. And by then, students improve their performances by taking responsibility for their own learning, gaining an understanding for their own strengths and weaknesses. As I have mentioned earlier. Next is guiding their learning by using internal feedback, whether and when to seek assistance, or when to keep moving forward, or when to adopt strategies to reach targets. So basically, student self-assessment has a lot of many positive benefits. The research suggests that self-assessment contributes to higher achievement. So the more you assess yourself, or the more you assess yourselves, you will be able to know your strengths and weaknesses. Then it will lead you to a higher achievement. So confidence and motivations are increased because of the emphasis is on progress and mastery. Then students learn to use assessment information to set performance goals, to make decisions about how to improve, to describe quality work, to communicate progress toward meeting goals, and lastly is to develop metacognitive skills. So theories from three areas of study provide support self-assessment. So what are these theories? So I'm going to put it here. These are the cognitive theories of motivation and learning. Second is metacognition theory, and lastly is the self-efficacy theory. So cognitive theories stress the importance of connecting new learning to what is already known and understood. So they are connecting the new learning to the prior learning of the student. So students learn by constantly comparing their understanding with desired learning outcomes. Then, after that, meaningful feedback is based on criteria they have internalized. So now let me discuss to you the examples of self-assessment. So one of the examples of self-assessment is reflective assessment. So reflective assessment, the purpose of reflective assessment is to develop students' metacognitive science inquiry knowledge. So, in this, students are taught to evaluate their work according to criteria representing high level cognitive skills. They also write, justifications for their ratings, then research comparing the group to a controlled indicated reflective assessment was effective in developing students' thinking skills and in providing higher quality products. The next one is and motivation. It self-assessment is a motivational perspective because this is an example of a self-assessment because it will be focusing on improving knowledge, understanding, and skills rather than being successful with the outcome. So mastery goals require an internal processing of information. Then it leads to students and able to know their progress towards full understanding. So, therefore, in student self-assessment, metacognition is also involved. Then, that is directly influenced by self-assessment. So, self-monitoring and self-evaluation require metacognition to form internal questions about learning and performance, make decisions about what other learning is needed, and be aware of if projected learning plans are not resulting in satisfactory improvement. So, therefore, the emphasis is on self directed learning, which has powerful implications for motivation and positive attitudes towards learning. So, that is the importance of student self assessment, and those are the examples of student self assessment. So, as a student of Negros Oriental State University, student self assessment is very useful to students because, as just like what I have said, we will be able to recognize our strengths and weaknesses in a specific area, and then by recognizing those strengths and weaknesses, then we could be able to improve our weaknesses and to make stronger and improve our forte of our strengths. That would be all. Thank you.